Good afternoon. My name is Scott Haslam. I'm the branch secretary of the Leeds No1 amalgamated branch of the CWU. So some of you may have recognized me. I did do these streams quite regularly a number of years ago, particularly through the pandemic. Getting out into the workplaces was particularly difficult because of the restrictions put on forwards. The initiative grew and we did get quite a lot of interest in what we was doing. Fortunately, we went through a dispute and we had to put a pin in these sessions. Now, since then, I did become the branch secretary. I have committed that I would be restarting these back up. And today is that day. So welcome. We are starting these new surgeries back up. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about democracy. Democracy because the CWU is a democratic organization. It's a trade union that everything is done in a democratic way. So in our branch, and as indeed all branches up and down the country, we'll have to go through some form of election process. And this week, the nominations are now open for all positions within the Leeds No1 branch, from the position that I currently hold, which is the branch secretary, all the way to the front line as the local reps. So do get your nominations in if you're an incumbent. If you fancy it, why not put your name forward? If you want any more information about what a rep's role does, then you only have to get in touch with the branch. Our details I will leave in some form of, well, they'll be definitely on the notice boards, but if you leave us a comment, I'll respond accordingly. So the nominations open yesterday for the branch, and they are on screen now, and then close at 9 o'clock on the 28th of October. So we've got a good 4 weeks to get your nominations in. And yeah, it's a vitally important role that we all do for our members. We do offer some training for those people that fancy it. We would like to see more and more younger people getting involved, the next generation of trade union activists. So again, you know, if you're interested in getting more involved or just testing your toe, then get in touch. We can line you up with the young workers and get some exposure about what they do in the region and so forth. So the next part is about the democracy at a national level. So the nominations are being opened for the national and postal executive. Now, I'm not standing, so this is a truly independent stream, because I'm not telling you or asking for you to vote for me for that role, because I'm not standing. So in that basis, we are the only stream that will be able to be truly independent on these elections. So any candidate that wants to stand, if you want to be in touch with the Leeds branch, then we will have you happily on one of these streams, and then you can put your case to all the people that want to watch. We've had some of them on before, and they've been really, really good sessions. So that'd be the incumbents, but this invitation I extend to all people that is standing, so not just the incumbents. I'd be really interested to know what some of the new faces and new thoughts and new that they're putting forward to the members. So we can really probe that, see how they're going to benefit our members in Leeds and Wakefield, but equally, how will they perform on the national stage in that national committee? So again, you know, if you've got ideas, drop them in the comments, and we'll gather those sort of questions, and we may even put them to those prospective candidates. So the third thing on democracy is it's about the political fund. So it's quite apt that at the minute there is a Labour Party conference, and we're having to ballot our members on something known as a political fund. Funny enough, the political fund isn't a Labour Party fund. So we have to, as a trade union, ballot our members every 10 years, which came in, as I understand it, in 1984. I was a wee little baby, well, 4 I was, and every 10 years thereafter we've had to ballot our members. Now, funny enough, that includes members who are a political pain. a political levy paying member, as well as non-political levy paying members. So we're on an interesting trajectory here, aren't we? Because we're going to ask everybody in our union whether or not we should have a political fund. But you already have the opportunity to pay in or not. So if you were not politically attuned, then I'd be interested to know why. Because politically does mean about pensions, lobbying for pensions. It does mean about the Dangerous Dog Act. It does mean about low-level letterboxes. It does mean about campaigns on domestic violence. It does mean challenging the regulator on Ofcom, and well, pretty much everything that affects you in one way or another is a political reason, right? So if we don't have that political funds, then we can't do that as an organisation. If, however, you are vehemently against paying into that, and not so much that we don't have the fund, but you don't want to contribute it, then you can opt out. But please don't vote it down, because there is people, and I'm one of them, I'll be honest, I'm quite happy to pay 20p a week into a fund that the CWU then can use to better not just all our members' conditions, terms, and actually aspiration in this country, but other people as well. You know, the New Deal for working people was spearheaded by the CWU 8 years ago or so, and that is one of the best bits of policy that the government, as it is now, has to work with. So, and this is going to benefit everyone, and without that money, we wouldn't have been able to at least get that onto the table. So it is vitally important that we keep the fund. So I would encourage you all to vote yes, and don't vote no. If you don't want to vote, don't vote, but certainly don't vote no. Only vote yes is my advice, and then we get to keep the fund, and then have the conversation with the reps outside the room whether or not you should or should not be paying into that pot or not. That is your democratic choice. But it's not very democratic to stop someone else from having the option of paying it in, is my point. So that's the gist of the 3 democratic things that we wanted to talk about today. I'd be interested to know what else you would like us to talk about going forward, and which person perhaps is standing in these elections that you'd like to really get to the bottom of, and really get into the detail about why they're standing, what they're going to bring different from maybe the incumbent as it is. And from there on, do share the word that we are back live, and we'll be getting some little pre-recorded videos coming up as well over the next few months. So yeah, spread the word, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and we'll see you again soon.